So the first course of action is to figure out where you're gonna place your camera. So for me, I'm in a Mercedes Benz E63, and as you know, Mercedes Benz has a lot of technology, and like a lot of cars, they have this big thing with sensors for the windshield wipers and temperatures and all this other stuff. So I'm thinking to put it somewhere underneath that or on the side. I'm thinking underneath will look good. It doesn't really obstruct the view too much, so that should be good right about there. It is held up with an adhesive, so if it's not in the right place, after you drive it for a while, you can always take it down. All right, so I'm installing mine right underneath my main unit here with all the sensors. So I'm gonna place my mount right underneath. It uses a 3M adhesive to stick to it, and that should be in a good spot to where I can still see the road and see the camera. Also, one thing you wanna note is that you wanna make sure that you have your bracket in the right orientation. So it has grooves on here, and the camera slides onto it. So if you have it upside down, the camera won't be able to slide onto the bracket. So you wanna have it right side up and then it slide. Other than that, pretty straightforward. Want to make sure you wipe down the area first so you can have good stickage. I don't know if that's a word, guys, but let's go with it. Then you take the backing off of the adhesive. Oh, that's on there pretty good. You want to place it in the middle. Make sure you give it a good firm push. Don't push too hard to where you break the camera, but good hard push. There you have it. It's on there. So now that we have it installed, let's go ahead and get some power to it. So before I tuck it, I'm just gonna try out the power situation. So there's a power button underneath. All right, so we have power. So now that we have it installed, now it's just time to route your cable. Now that's gonna vary based on your car and where your 12-volt outlet is. So for me, I'm gonna route it around the top here and around this little sensor, and then I'm gonna tuck it into the trim up here. So I think I realized what these are for now. The little tabs here, they're for holding the wire when you route it around the window. So they just stick, and then you can plug them in where you need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and route it out, and I'll show you once I'm done. Taking the tool that they gave me, I'm gonna tuck my cable in. So it's a little tight around the airbag part. Which is understandable. I guess it's like right here. All right, so for the most part, it is out of sight. So one good thing about my car is that I have an outlet in the glove compartment. So I can actually run this down behind here. This tool is a lifesaver. Although I already have tools like this, some people may not. And so it is nice that they provide you with a tool to tuck this back behind. There we go. All right, so we have the main unit. It's mounted in there. You have the cable running through. Up top there, comes down the pillar. You can see a little bit there. Have to figure out how to get that in there because I think the airbag part is actually restricting it from going back in there, but that's just a little piece. Then it comes all the way down. It's hidden up at the top. It's tucked up underneath there. And then it's running to my glove compartment right there in the corner. So that's perfect. So that was an easy install for the most part. Anything that was difficult was because of this thing right here, but that's going to be a case by case based on your actual vehicle. So that's no fault to the actual product. One thing that I do really like about this is that it is sturdy. Like, you have to press on this and it's not moving. It's really anchored in there pretty good. So that's definitely a plus. Because if it was flimsy, when you press on it, I wouldn't like that at all. But that's good. You can press buttons and it doesn't move. All right, so now that we have the cable ran, all we have to do is plug it in and then mount the camera. There you have it. All right, so it's installed. We have the front and the rear cameras installed. I was surprised to see how easy it was to tuck the cables in the trim and the pillars. I did have a few hiccups with my A pillar up here, but other than that, it was good to go. So thumbs up for that, making it easy, having enough cable so you can get from the front and back of your vehicle. I have more than enough, especially for the rear camera. So if you have like an SUV or something, it should work fine.